Hi children, this video is for the 10th and the 12th graders who will write the board exam, the big exam that we have projected it as our society requires it to be. And this also is useful for the other grade children, okay, those who want to get into some kind of a serious mode for the next grade. Okay, so children who are preparing for the board exam, they're going to write board exam right now, and there's a feeling that this exam is like a final decider of what we're going to do in life, and I need to do my best, and yes, you need to do your best, but I need to do the best and stuff like that. Children, one reminder before I go ahead with this video is that there are different ways to reach the top. This is what I like to tell. These are my words. So there are many ways to get to the top. So do your best, yes, but if the best doesn't happen according to your expectations or expectations of some people who have invested a lot in you in any way at all, there's nothing to worry. There's still so much of time ahead in life to catch up. Okay, with those words, let's see how we can do what your best is. Okay, let's see what you can do, what your best is. So first of all, there are just 4 simple points that I'm going to remind you of. I'm sure you've been bombarded with so many things that you should be doing. So first thing is, very often children get in this panic mode much before the exam happens, much before the exam starts, and that panic brings them down. They're not able to revise properly the way they had planned to. They're not able to have a proper schedule and give their 100% on whatever they have, whatever they're supposed to do. A whole lot of things go haywire when you're not able to get into panic mode, and you're not able to do what you want to do or what you had planned to do. So the first thing what I would like you to remind you is to stay in the here and now. Okay, how do you do that? Right, so every time you get a panic, either an attack or just get into a panic mode, I want you to breathe. Remember that we had done the video on breathing for calming. Go through that again if you don't remember how it is. Breathe. After you breathe, and as you breathe, you can start taking stock of things. Start taking stock of things. What will you take stock of with respect to the time you have, how much time you have? Bring it down into how many number of hours you have before the exam starts. How much of portion is done, how much of portion is not done, how much of portion is untouched. Do you want to do that portion? I would suggest that the last moment now, untouched portions can stay, let it be, and you revise the portions that are already done. Okay, what facilities do you have? What kind of help do you have? Do you have parents to help? What kind of help can you take from the teachers? What kind of help can you take from your students or elders or whatever? Take stock of things around you and see in a very, very realistic way. Be authentic to yourself in all this. In a very realistic way, what is it that you can really do about? How many days are there? How much of portion has to be done? How can you divide this? Making sure that some part of the portion of your time is kept for doing question papers. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do, if you get in the panic mode, and that's why I'm handling this thing first, is that in case you get in a panic mode or you have panic attacks, breathe and take stock of things. What all is it that I have, and what all is it that I have to do, and realistically, what all is it that I can do and I can do justice to. So do justice to whatever you can, and then plan your work around it. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, as a part of your taking stock, it's also very essential to make sure that you set into a routine. So once you've taken stock of what is there, set into a routine in the sense that, see, every time it's like your meal time. Like for me, it's like 12:31, I start getting hungry, or if it's 10:30, 11, I start getting sleepy. So there's a routine. What time I get up, by 5:30 I'm up, irrespective of what day or night, what day or date it is, I am up. So because it's a routine, and therefore there's not so much of stress. So things that I plan to do in the morning, I'm already awake because that's the time I am used to getting up, right? So get yourself into a routine so that the day goes in a flow. If the day is very haywire, sometimes you know that you should be up and you actually would get up, but either your mind or your body may not cooperate, right? Because body might be very tired and you may not be able to do justice to the time you're spending. What we want to do is that for the amount of time you're spending on studying or revising or whatever, or even relaxing, we want you to do 100% into that, be 100% into that. Okay, and therefore very essential to get into a routine. Fix a time to get up, and I would very strongly suggest that, I know that all these days there was so much of portion to do, and you would have probably worked like 18 hours or 16 hours non-stop. Now it's time to make sure that you follow your body clock. go through that video we had spoken about body clock. Make sure that you go through a body clock, and as the night progresses, make sure that the body gets sleep, because it's in that sleep that a whole lot of our brain gets unwound. Meaning, if there are stresses, or if there is any immunity issues, or if there is any healing to happen, not with respect to any cut, but with respect to the wear and tear that the body has gone through in all these months that you've been preparing for the board exam. Now that we're so close to board exam, make sure that the body heals well and is strong enough to carry a healthy mind, that when it is time to reproduce whatever you have learned, it's time to write down, you carry a healthy body with you, right? And therefore, as a part of getting into routine, make sure that you sleep at night and wake up in the morning. And also the time of your exam, suppose you have exam in the morning, make sure that that morning time, 11 to 1 or 10 to 1 or whatever it is, you write the answer paper so that the brain gets into a thinking mode. Okay, so sit into a routine so that as you would do in the exam time, that you would want to do right now. So get into a routine, fix your meal times. Okay, fix your meal times. Don't give up on your fun time, or the recreation time, or the relaxing time, or your unwinding time. Make sure that it is there. Go for a good job, go for a good play. You can shrink your time a little, maybe an hour or an hour and a half should be enough in the evening, and an hour or so sometime during the daytime. But rest of the day, make sure that you do whatever is needed to be done, and not give up on any essential things that are needed, like your eating or drinking or sleeping, and that. So get everything into a routine. Okay, third thing is that, since we already discussed that a healthy mind is carried in a healthy body, we don't want to mess up with our eating. What is it that we're taking inside? So as much as possible, give up or keep away for the time being any processed food. Bread, pizzas, these are processed food, and also the food that is stored for a longer period of time, that will have some other kind of preservative, which will give out some breakdown products, and we do not know how exactly that works with memory. So we don't want to get into that. So as much as possible, eat homemade food, have a lot of fruits, right? In this, I also want to remind you that reduce on the carbohydrate a little bit and increase on the protein. Okay, because when you have a lot of carbohydrate, the whole lot of body, the blood, and is involved in absorption, and that's how you feel sleepy when you eat a very heavy carbohydrate meal, right? You eat rice and all, you feel sleepy. So reduce a little bit the carbohydrate, increase on your proteins, and increase on your fresh foods and vegetables, right? So don't compromise on eating good food for the next coming days. Drink sufficient water. These are also days of summer, and these summers are so hot. Make sure that you have enough of water to drink. Okay, water. Keep away processed juices. Fresh juice is awesome. Lime juice, awesome. Okay, so any of these things that will keep you nourished, make sure that you're nourished and the blood flows as easily as possible, so that the memory happens, and also the reminders that you need to come. And the last one, final one, children, be authentic to yourself, be truthful to yourself. Keep away from distractions. Okay, if there's a mobile that's distracting, if there's some chat that's distracting, or if there's some unresolved issue with some friend or parent or teachers or anybody at all, if they're unresolved issues and these are acting as distractions, let's tell ourselves consciously and keep it away for a month till your exams get over. Nothing is worth the time that you're going to get now until your exams are over. If there are unresolved issues, it can definitely hold on for a month. And most importantly, if there's some social media, uninstall it, because definitely nothing's going to happen in a month or two, even 6 months for that matter. Nothing's going to happen in a very short period of time that can be life-changing. Whereas these exams, while it is not the final thing, is life-changing in a certain way. So let's give our best into this so that we feel satisfied at the end of the exam that I have done whatever I could. Now, if things have worked the way it should, I expected, good. If things haven't worked the way things haven't worked the way I expected it to, it didn't work. Now let me see what I can do. Then we go back and take stock again, right? But let's realistically keep distractions away. I have heard children say, ma'am, I can manage, it's just a half an hour chat and I just need to reply to this. And we know that when you reply to something or when you look at something for a short period of time, the entire brain goes into paying attention to that, and it takes a long time to cut out of that and come back to what you were studying. For children who haven't been able to do this very well, keeping distractions away, children, let me tell you that initially it will be very difficult. You may feel again and again going back, because addictions and screens are very, very work very strongly in our brain. It won't be very easy for us to give up things like that. Okay, so but then write it somewhere, I am not to touch it, or give your phone to your parents or somewhere. If you initially start forcing yourself to make sure this is all being done, to make sure that you do your best, right? Okay, so initially it may be a little difficult. Oh, I can't do it, and then you get into panic mode, and I want to study and I can't study because there are memories which are not associated with my studying, and because I'm not able to study, I again go back into feeling bad, and then therefore I go back into a stage of anxiety. So it will go on as a cycle. Break that cycle by keeping the distractions completely away. Tell yourself, I'm going to keep the distractions away and I'm going to do my best. Okay, so if there's anything at all, children, any of the older videos you want to watch, they're all there on YouTube. You can write Sunanda Vinayachandran on YouTube and you should be able to find these older videos. You can also send me mails if there's any point in time you feel that you need to contact me, need some guidance or help, or just talk also, doesn't matter. Feel free to talk. Okay, so let's make sure be together. Make sure that you do your best. Whatever will come, I strongly believe in karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Let's do our best. Whatever comes will come, but let us not do what we can do, or what was in our hands, or what is in our hands while it is in our hands. Okay, so until then, all the best for your exams. Wishing you all the best. Do very well, and may you all reach great heights that you aspire yourself for. Okay, chalo, bye, ciao. What's that word I said?